Hey, so I want to share with you my three favorite ways to grow a community of really hot leads before you ever launch. So you've probably heard people say how valuable it is to grow your email list, get people on your list. I feel like it's all that you hear about. And what I think this is actually doing is causing a lot of people to have like list shame. People come to me and they're like, I don't have an email list. My email is too small. I don't know what to say to them. I don't think they're hot, or I haven't emailed them in months. And I want to, number one, debunk the myth that you need a massive email list in order to hit your targets. I have clients who've hit their goals with 100 people on their email list, less than 500, brand new email lists. But also, I've had clients who have had like 60,000 people on their email list and not hit their targets. And the only difference between the two is how hot that audience is. So, my number one thing that I really love to do is make sure that your list is like spicy, hot, in love with you, loving your content, feeling your vibe before you ever even start to sell. And so you might be wondering like, okay, how do I do this? I need to do it quick. So I'm ready to launch now, or I'm getting ready to launch in the next quarter, or like, maybe 2 quarters from now. And I want to make sure that my audience is actually hot. So I want to share with you my three favorite ways to do this. The very first one is to create a freebie that's directly in line with your main offer. So, it's great to have a lot of different freebies, but you want to make sure that you're growing your list with people who've been pre-qualified to be the right people for your offer. So, what does that mean? If I am a nutritionist and I'm selling a course all about how to lose weight with smoothies, but my freebie is all about the 2 exercises that you should do every morning, yeah, they might be the right people, but it doesn't pre-qualify that they are a list of people who want what I have. What would be even better is if I had a specific freebie that was all about smoothies for weight loss, or 3 things I put in my smoothie for weight loss. That way I know anybody who downloads that freebie likes smoothies and wants to lose weight. And my program helps people lose weight with smoothies. So that's kind of a basic example, but I love to use that one because it's pretty clear what's going on, right? So create a freebie that pre-qualifies your audience to be the right people. Now, here's the thing. I create freebies all the time. For example, right now I'm talking a lot about launching. And so I created a freebie all about launching. That doesn't mean that the only people who would purchase an offer that I create about launching would be people who downloaded this freebie. It could actually be anyone on my list. But what this does is create this kind of group of people who I know are really hot, really into what I'm offering, and would be the perfect people to take me up on this offer. So step number one, create a freebie that pre-qualifies your audience as the right leads for your offer. Second thing that I love to do, and this is one that kind of does like hyper heating up if you want like really spicy, really hot leads. This is the one that you shouldn't skip, and this is live videos. So I love to do this in a lot of different ways, but my favorite one is by webinar. However, if this is your first time launching, you've never done a webinar before, you don't know how to do a webinar that actually converts, you could do a lot of different things. You could do live videos, every day leading up to your launch. You could go live in your Facebook group. You could do a live challenge. There's so many things you can do. I personally love webinars, and that's something that I teach my clients when we are launching. But live element, really what it does, the reason that it's so powerful is, number one, it gets people to like get to know you on such a deeper level. It's like, feels like you're kind of hanging out with them. It's the same reason that people love Instagram stories. It's why we love like reality TV. You want to feel like you're behind the scenes in somebody's life or business, and almost like you're having a conversation with them. So that's one thing that I really love about webinars. I can answer people's questions. I can, make the webinar really specific to the people who are actually there live. So one thing that I've been recommending to all of my clients in the last 6 months is right before your launch, try to increase how often you are live with your audience. And then the third thing that I absolutely love to do, and I think everybody should do, is leverage somebody else's audience. So this is really, really powerful. And I think a lot of people are almost like afraid to do it, but everybody is in somebody else's audience. So for example, if I'm getting ads for like, all natural linen bed sheets, the reason for that is not because The reason for that is because I've already been looking at somebody else's all natural linen bed sheets, and for whatever reason, I didn't take them up on purchasing them. So some other company is like, great, we know this chick wants natural linen bed sheets. She's the perfect person. I'm going to market to her. Or even more broadly, if I'm looking at natural linen bed sheets, maybe now I'm also getting ads for linen tablecloths or like, some other company that doesn't even sell bed sheets, but they're like, listen, I know what this chick likes. It's organic linen. And I'm going to give her all the options to buy that organic linen. How did I get off on this topic? Okay. Point is, by leveraging somebody else's audience, you're not like stealing their audience or anything like that. Make sure you aren't being shady, of course, but I want you to ask yourself, who already has my audience and how can I get in front of them? How can I solve some of their problems? So a couple great ways you can do this. My personal favorite is guest podcasting, which means being a guest on somebody else's podcast. If you want more details on that, I have like a bunch of IGTVs about it. Check them out. I also have a course called Pitch Perfect, where I show you how to pitch yourself to big name podcasts, so you can start to become a thought leader in your niche. This is something I absolutely love to do, but there's other ways that you can do it too. You can create Facebook Live trainings for somebody else's audience. You could do joint Instagram lives with other people. You could guest teach in somebody else's program. There are so many opportunities. I would take a lot of time here and ask myself, who already has my audience and how do I get in front of them? Another great thing you can do is think offline. So if you're this nutritionist, you know that Whole Foods probably has your audience. You know the local supplement store probably has your audience. You know Lululemon probably has your audience. How can you pitch Lululemon on courses that you could teach for free to all of the people who are, come to their store or anybody on their email list? That would be so powerful. And the thing about this is that we're all looking for content, right? So if somebody came to me who was like a tax planner. I literally know nothing about tax planning other than what my tax planner told me. But I know that that's something that my audience really needs. And if I could provide that to them, that would be great for me because I know that my audience would be getting more value. So it takes away nothing for me. It's actually a benefit to me and my audience. And they also get to get in front of my audience who they know are their ideal clients, which is like entrepreneurs, right? Who have to pay taxes. So those are the three things that I really focus on before every single launch, and I recommend you do them too to get your leads super hot, because no matter how small your list is, yes, you have to be realistic with your numbers, do your numbers, we map those out in like my launch courses and all of that stuff, but you have to be realistic with your numbers, but you can always push past that, what your numbers tell you, by creating real relationships with your audience. So number one, create a freebie that pre-qualifies your audience. Number two, show up live and create a relationship with people that feels like you guys are hanging out together. And number three, get in front of somebody else's audience and leverage their community to your advantage. Bonus points if you can bring that community over into your community with that freebie that pre-qualified your audience, and then maybe get them to come to your webinar. Oh, that's like a whole synergistic thing happening there. That would be really great. And but any one of those three things is super powerful. So include those in your next launch if you are launching, and start to map those dates in when you're actually creating your launch plan and all of that. If you want to steal my launch checklist, like I said, I did create a freebie all about it. I'm going to leave the details somewhere here and you can get it. It's my exact launch checklist, everything that I focus on month by month before my launch. And hint, I start thinking about my launch way sooner than I see most people thinking about it, especially when it's your first launch. You think like, I'm going to launch next week. That's the thing I see all the time. We start thinking about our launch way ahead of that time so that we can make sure that our list is spicy hot. They want what we got, and also that I'm not stressed out or burnt out during my launches, because that is the, rumor about launching, that it really can burn you out and it's a lot of work. And the way that we do it, it doesn't feel like a lot of work, but it does bring in a lot of income, most of the income for our quarter actually. So if you want to see how we do it, get the freebie. It's like around here somewhere, or just DM me and I will send it to you. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will chat with you soon. Bye.